The Biden campaign hit record fundraising numbers in the wake of the president's State of the Union address. In the 24 hours after Biden's remarks concluded Thursday night, his reelection campaign raked in $10 million. That's a real number, and it's the largest 24-hour haul the campaign and its affiliated committees have seen so far. Joining us now, White House reporter for Bloomberg News, our friend Josh Wingrove. So, Josh, there is that's a big fundraising number for 24 hours. It adds to what was a significant advantage in terms of cash on hand Biden already enjoys over Donald Trump. We're also seeing Biden really increase the pace of travel. Pennsylvania and Georgia last week. He's going to New Hampshire. He's got Michigan and Wisconsin coming up. It is Biden-mentum. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, we're going to see that sort of drumbeat continue this week, John. Of course, we've got the budget today, big day at Bloomberg, you know. All our friends watching that closely.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. He is trying to really sort of get that momentum going, both in terms of the fundraising that you mentioned, but also just in terms of the polls. And they're still looking for the sort of that rebound off the speech, but also off some of the more recent news, like the economic data that we've seen. And, you know, it's too early to say whether they'll get that on the polls, but these fundraising numbers are really encouraging. And it's actually one of the things Democrats point to when they talk about, you know, urging people to be calm about the polls and saying, let's just look at what people are doing, not what they're telling pollsters. And that includes voting in special elections, although, of course, pollsters will say that that's a different group of folks than show up to vote in a general election, and more broadly, donations. Now, the cash advantage here is significant. You know, the broader ecosystem, including aligned PACs, it's about 2 to 1 right now in terms of cash on hand for Biden versus those that are supporting Donald Trump. And of course, some of Trump's cash is going to go to his legal fees. So there's a drain there that Biden just simply doesn't have. Overall, he's got more money. You know, he's got the positive reviews off the speech, and they're hoping that builds into momentum in these sort of key swing states. About half a dozen or so, John, that they're watching very closely. A pretty small electoral map this cycle.
Deep, very, very small. Today he makes his first trip to New Hampshire in nearly 2 years. And they think the only state really they can flip might be North Carolina. And I said Biden-mentum, but of course, Josh, Joe-mentum sounds better. You mentioned it is indeed budget day. And to quote President Biden, he says something along the lines of, like, show me your budget and I'll show you your priorities. It's a reflection of values and what he wants to do. Tell us about what he's proposing.
Yeah, he's talking about tax increases for corporations, including the rate, but also speaking to the minimum tax that they would pay, as well as for high earners. Of course, Biden has always said no tax increases for those making under $400,000. This will be one to look at. You know, we've got sort of a conversation coming, I guess I should say, on taxes, both with respect to the Trump tax cuts that are about to expire. The next Congress and president will have to decide what to do about that. But more broadly, the deficit isn't in a great place. And so that'll be sort of an increasing pressure. Biden's budget will show about $3 trillion in cumulative deficit reduction over a decade-long period. That's compared to the roughly $20 trillion that's expected to be added to the debt over that period. So it's, you know, $3 trillion, big number, also a fraction of what the borrowing is estimated to be right now. That's a big one. One other thing, John, is we've reported at Bloomberg on the sort of debate heading up to this budget, real to and fro between what's called the Troika, the Treasury Secretary, the OMB Director, and the Council of Economic Advisors Director, and Lael Brainard, the National Economic Council Director, who got into it a little bit over how to set the forecast for interest rates. Brainard pushing for a lower rate. Our sources tell us she succeeded in getting a lower rate. That it has the effect of sort of painting a little bit of a rosier picture today. Just goes to show, you know, in the prep of this, rates were all over the place. The economy was doing a lot of weird things as sort of markets tried to churn things out where we're at with inflation. There was a lot of debate heading into this one, so we'll be looking closely at how that forecast looks.
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching for that. And certainly the Biden administration will continue to point to strong fundamentals of this economy and some polling that suggests Americans starting to feel better. Now the trick is, will they give the president credit? Great stuff, as always, from White House reporter for Bloomberg News, Josh Wingrove. Josh, come back soon. Thank you for being with us.